Tower Battles is the newest event mode on TDX. This is a homage to Tower Battles and probably the hardest event mode yet. So, what would happen if we overanalyzed it? Guys, no way he said the title. I know I said the title. And yes, I'll be going over every single thing Tower Battles mode has to offer and overanalyze it. This is a big one, so get some snacks, sit back, relax and watch me talk about Tower Battles mode for eternity. The first enemy you encounter is the normal. Never saw that one coming. This zombie, however, is the one in Tower Battles if it wasn't obvious enough. I also like to believe that the TDX zombie and the Tower Battles zombie are best friends, because they're both overshadowed by other zombies. He has 12 HP and moves on an average speed. The second enemy is the Speedy. He goes fast, he does crack, and then he gets whacked. I'm pretty sure the TDX fast and Tower Battles fast would also be really good friends, since they share, well, common interests in illegal use of drugs. He has 12 HP and moves fast. Next up, we have the slow zombie. Now, first of all, the slow zombie is not fat. He's simply just a slow zombie. Unlike the heavy zombie, who literally has heavy in his name. A rather refreshing change of pace. He has 24 HP, moves slow, and has a 60% resistance to explosions. Next, we have the boss one. The allegedly forgotten about enemy in all of tower defense gaming. The man himself. He's much stronger than his TDX self, with 325 HP, an average movement speed, 50% explosion resistance, as well as 25% bullet resistance. That's a lot of resistances. This is gonna be a common trend across a lot of the enemies, so buckle up. Next up, we have the return of a really cool zombie from Tower Battles, the Necromancer. The Necromancer has the ability to bring back the dead and summon them to attack you, though his summons are mostly just the basic enemies. Despite being a Necromancer, he unfortunately can't necromancer himself. He has 200 HP, moves slow, has 50% bullet resistance, as well as 30% explosion resistance. Next up onto the list, we have Hiddens, the predecessor to the Stealths. Much like the Stealths, they can only be detected by getting stealth detection, which means a large chunk of towers can't actually damage them. But of course, since they use up all of their experience points in leveling their stealth, they forgot to level their vigor. They have 50 HP, move very fast, and also have 80% resistance to laser. Next, we have another cameo from Tower Battles, the Mysteries. The Mysteries are a different type of enemy, as when you kill them, a random enemy pops out of them. This can be a Necromancer, a boss 1, or any other lower level zombie. He also has a saluting pose as he walks, as if he's marching with his squadron or something. He has 10 HP and moves on an average speed. Next up, we have the boss 2. Basically just a tankier and slower boss 1. But remember when I said the slow zombie was a nice change in pace and not fat? Well, we're back at it again with boss 2. Because, again, he's not named slow boss, he's named boss 2. Why is every single enemy fat? Anyway, he has 1800 HP, moves slow, has a 75 resistance to bullets, and a 35 resistance to explosions. Next, we have the Lava. The Lava is basically the lava enemy from Tower Battles, but way stronger. With his 350 HP, slow move speed, and 100% resistance to ice and fire, he's quite the opponent. However, there's a catch. Just like in Tower Battles, when the lava dies, it turns into stone and acts as a meat shield for other enemies to advance before getting taken down. Bro got so petrified he turned into stone. Next up, we have the Hidden Boss. The Hidden Boss is one of the more annoying enemies, as he's very tanky alongside his speed and very many numbers. But despite being such a tough enemy, he looks like one of those emo kids that wear black capes and walk in an edgy cool way to impress their crush. It's probably better that he stays hidden, to be honest. He has 1250 HP and has a 70% resistance to laser. Next, we have the Toxic. The Toxic zombie does exactly as his name describes. He spawns, gets beamed by you, and then swears at your towers for killing him. Well, no, he mostly just explodes and decreases the fire rate of nearby towers. He has 500 HP, moves on an average speed, has a 20% fire resistance, and a 100% ice resistance. Next, we have the Lightning. Just like lightning in real life, the Lightning is lightning fast. In fact, he moves so fast, he dies just as fast. He has 250 HP and has 80% laser resistance. Next up, we have the Slime Boss. Just like in the popular game Minecraft, when the Slime Boss dies, it splits up into smaller slimes. While not threatening on its own, a bigger number of Slime Bosses can stack up to being more threatening. He has 1000 HP, moves at an average speed, and has a 50% resistance to bullets. Next, we have the Mystery 2. Just like normal Mystery, Mystery 2 spawns a random zombie upon death. However, Mystery 2 spawns stronger zombies like the Hidden Boss and Boss 2. Not much more of a threat, but hey, you never know. There's a mystery after all. He has 100 HP and moves slow. Next up, we have the Boss 3. The Boss 3 is a yellow man in a very fancy suit with a top hat. Who said the zombies didn't have a fashion sense? He's one of the stronger bosses too, as he not only has a lot of HP, but is also very fast. He has 4000 HP, moves very fast, has a 25 resistance to bullets, because his suit deflects bullets I guess, and also a 75 laser resistance. Next, we have the Boss 4. Boss 4, Boss 4, Boss 4. Where should I even begin? From the way he waddles around, from the way he walks, to the rusted metal pipe stuck in his head, giving him eternal brain damage, to how little his left arm is compared to his massive body. It's almost like he has muscle imbalance. Not to mention his blood-red skin, since he probably suffers from scarlet fever. This man right here is one you shouldn't mess with despite his funny looks, because he has 18,000 HP and moves fast. Next, we have the Multiplier 2. What the hell is Multiplier 2 doing here? I think he's in the wrong mode, guys. Even Commander doesn't know who this guy is, since he thinks it's the type of mystery Dr. Xenon didn't tell him about. Well, at this point, everybody knows how Multiplier 2 works, but I'll say his stats anyway. He has 100 HP, moves at an average speed, and has a 100% resistance to ice. Next up, we have the Necromancer boss. The Necromancer boss is a tougher Necromancer who can summon other bosses. Now, fellas, hear me out. If the Necromancer boss can summon bosses, why can't he just summon a clone of himself? Is he stupid? Or is he perhaps limited by an intentional game mechanic that prevents him from doing so? Probably both. He has 25,000 HP and has a 30% resistance on bullet, explosion, and laser. Next up, we have the Guardian. The Guardian is the Void's partner in crime. Wherever Void goes, the Guardian goes as well. Whatever kind of scuffle Void gets into, the Guardian does as well. But in this case, the Guardian has definitely messed up now, because he's getting shot down by a huge military while he only has an axe to defend himself. He can still use it to stun towers, but what's stunning a few towers gonna change? He has 100,000 HP and moves slow. Next, we have a Nightmare mode exclusive enemy, the Endbringer. The Endbringer is a direct replica of the Endbringer from Tower Battles, but he is not sent after the Void, but before the Void. As mentioned before, he only appears on Nightmare and can throw his hammer to stun towers. He has 150,000 HP, 15,000 shield, moves slow, has 60% explosion resistance, and 35% laser resistance. Up next, we have yet another Nightmare mode exclusive enemy, the Mystery Boss. When you kill him, he summons a random boss. He can summon Eradicator, Eradicator Mark II, Revive Plague Doctor, and also Calamity. May God wish you a fast and painless death if you get Calamity or Apex, because you sure are not winning this match. He has 5,000 HP, has 500 shield, and moves fast.
From the depths of nothingness, natural born of the dark, O void, rise.
Void is the final boss of Tower Battles, and the final boss of this mode, an outer-worldly and insanely powerful opponent. If you beat this guy, you beat the mode, but he also has many attacks to stop you from doing that. When he uses Raise the Void, his opening attack, Void emits a powerful scream, stunning every single tower on the map and destroying every path unit. When he uses Devastation, he raises his left leg and slams it down, dealing 400 damage and stunning any nearby towers. When he uses his ability, Anomalous Army, he spawns multiple Mystery 2s, hidden bosses, and various other spawns. When he uses Astral Barrage, the Void sends a shower of purple flame meteors down onto the towers, dealing damage from between 500 up to 1000 per meteor. When he uses Corruption, he turns several towers in his attack radius against your towers, making your own towers attack other towers. If more than one warship is placed down, Void uses Telekinesis, in which he starts levitating off the ground while levitating the warships as well, and comes crashing down while destroying the levitated warships. Upon dying, he lets out a pain roar, just like in Tower Battles, and falls down to the ground into his inevitable death. Alright, so since the enemies are dead, let's take a look at the waves as well. Wave 1. We have a couple of normal zombies. Do I even have to cover this wave? Because literally every single first wave is literally the same! Wave 2. Wave 1, but more zombies. At this point, I'm just gonna go into a coma while writing the script because this is so boring. Wave 3. The introduction of fast zombies. Fast zombies, more like zombies, is wave 1 but slightly harder. Wave 4. The introduction of slow zombies. All of the zombies up to this point appear in this wave, and surprise surprise, this wave is also only slightly harder. Shame. Wave 5. Fast and slows. It's wild how literally all of these waves are the same. What am I even supposed to say about this? Wave 6. Finally something different. The appearance of Boss 1 along with a few slows. This wave, again, is not hard, but at least we get the introduction to Boss 1. Wave 7. The difficulty is ramping up fast. 2 Boss 1s and fast. You're gonna want to get another operator if you want to survive this wave. Wave 8. 3 Boss 1s now? bro is bringing his whole squad. This wave still isn't hard because all you need to do is simply upgrade your operators. Wave 9. The appearance of Necromancer and 2 boss 1s. The Necromancer can be quite annoying as it spawns constant zombies and hides behind the 2 bosses. The best thing to do is simply set your towers to last so that it can kill the Necromancer before you die. Wave 10. The appearance of Hiddens. Hiddens don't pose much of a threat at all, and the only way you would lose in this wave is if you're dumb. Wave 11. A lot of regular zombies and 2 Necromancers. Wave 9, but the incarnation of double it and give it to the next person. It isn't that much harder either since you should have more money now. Wave 12. The good old mysteries. Don't you just love it when you get screwed over by RNG? I hope you don't die to this wave because of the boss 1 spawns. Wave 13. Even more mysteries because wave 12 wasn't annoying enough, but thankfully by now you do have more money to defend. Wave 14. Oh my god, even more mysteries? These 3 waves have been literally just mystery spam. If you love gambling, then these waves will be your favorite when grinding the mode later on. Wave 15. A lot of boss 1s and hiddens. The boss 1s can be kind of threatening, but compared to mystery spam, this wave's pretty easy. Wave 16. The introduction of boss 2. In his introduction, he appears twice to make sure you're acquainted with him. What a nice guy. Hope you enjoy having to fight 3 constantly summoning necromancers behind them. If you want to survive this wave, definitely focus on the necromancers first. Wave 17. The first appearance of lavas. For this wave, the lavas aren't that threatening, but they will become very threatening later on. Just like the commander says, setting your towers to strongest or other tower priorities after the lavas die will be much more beneficial than wailing on inanimate dead statues. Wave 18. The entire bloodline of boss 1s appear this wave. I'm not joking, just look at this. They brought a few mysteries along as well in case they summon more boss 1s. You better have a splash tower for this. Wave 19. The introduction of the hidden boss. A few lavas and a boss 2. The hidden boss by himself isn't very threatening since it can be mowed down by operators. But if petrifies get ahead of it, well, try not to die. Wave 20. 3 boss 2s and 2 hidden bosses. I get what they're trying to do here. Have the boss 2s tank a bit for the hidden bosses, but that doesn't even work because you already have reliable DPS at this point. What are 2 hidden bosses gonna even do? Kill you? No. Give you a headache? Yes. Wave 21. The introduction of the Toxic and Lightning. It's quite the combo since Lightning can go fast and take less damage since the Toxics lower your tower's fire rate upon death, is what I would say if it actually went like that. No. Most of the time the Lightnings just die before the Toxics die, so there's no way the Lightnings actually leak. Wave 22. Quite the doozy. 5 boss 2s, 2 necromancers, and a few mysteries. The boss 2s tank for the summoners, so make sure to kill the summoners first. The mysteries aren't that big of a deal unless they undo the necromancer you just killed. Wave 23. The introduction of the slime boss along with 2 hidden bosses and a few lavas. Remember when I told you the hidden bosses would benefit from the petrified? Well, yeah, it's happening now. The slime bosses themselves are a joke, but definitely watch out for the other enemies. Wave 24. Jesus Christ, this is a spam fest. There's toxics, lightnings, mysteries, slimes, and lavas. This is one of the hardest waves in this mode, and it's a very annoying one too. Pray to the TDX gods you somehow survive this, because not even splash will help that much since the zombies separate because of their speed differences. Wave 25. Lightnings, lavas, and hidden bosses. This wave was genuinely very hard. The lightnings will rush you down, and lavas will get ahead, meaning they will become petrified and tank for the shadow bosses. And we aren't even near the end yet. Wave 26. Lightning and mystery spam. You should be fine as long as you have a juggernaut, since it can mow down both of these enemies pretty quickly, since they don't have bullet resistances. Wave 27. Purely hidden boss spam. This wave is literally just free money, because if you already survived wave 25, you will survive this wave. Wave 28. Boss 2 spam along with the introduction of mystery 2s and boss 3. The boss 3 himself may get close, but the chances are he won't do much. Mystery 2s on the other hand, yeah, no, they won't do much either. Wave 29. Lightnings, mystery 2s, and 3 boss 3s. While this doesn't look like the toughest wave, it is, because boss 3s in general are quite threatening. Wave 30. Now, this wave is genuinely quite difficult. The introduction of the boss 4, toxic spam, boss 2s, and loss of boss 3s. You're screwed as the boss 3s will most likely use boss 4 to tank and leak. These fancy suited runners, man. Wave 31. If you thought the previous wave was hard, take a look at this one. 4 necromancers, couple of boss 2s, and a lot of boss 3s. It's like a live marathon out in here. Wave 32. If you thought the previous wave was hard, take a look at this wave. Even more boss 3s and multiplier 2s. Now, if that isn't a downright disgusting combination, then I don't know what is. A couple of mystery 2s are in there too, but who cares? Wave 33. If every wave had a name, this wave's name would be the definitive summoner wave, because this wave introduces the necromancer boss, a boss so strong it can summon other insanely strong bosses like boss 4s and boss 3s, not to mention the unholy amount of mystery and mystery 2 spam along with other necromancers. This wave's quite the challenge. Wave 34. 4 boss 4s, slimes, mystery 2s, and boss 2s. The only real threat here are the boss 4s, as their gigantic health bars is probably what's gonna end your run. So buy some upgrades, get your DPS up. Better not die one wave before the void. Wave 35. The culmination of your effort up until this point has led to this wave, the appearance of the Void and his Guardian. Every single strong boss is in this wave as well. The Void can stun, damage your towers by a lot, quite literally control them, and insta-kill warships. He's almost on par with strength as other endless bosses, not to mention the banger of a soundtrack he has. This wave is the perfect ending to the Tower Battles mode, and a great nostalgia trip to Tower Battles itself. The enemies are done, the waves are done, there's no history because it just got released. Well, let's do something different this time. Instead of the history, why don't we talk about the Battle Pass? The first tier is the Fragger skin for Grenadier. The Grenadier is not a very popular tower right now, so this skin is gonna be pretty unused. The second tier is the Tower Battles farm skin, and contrary to the Fragger skin, this looks awesome. This will probably be quite popular. On the third tier, we have the Cryo Blaster skin for Cryogunner. Who uses Cryogunner again? Fourth tier, Tower Battles Railgunner. Another awesome skin. I'll definitely use this myself as well. Fifth tier, 3 Striker Rush power-ups. Pointless if you have Commander. Sixth tier, the Ravy mode. Probably one of the best emotes. Seventh tier, 3 Golden Z power-ups. This power-up is genuinely incredibly good. The tier is pretty worth it. You can shred a lot of endless waves with this. 8th tier, Tower Battles Barracks. It's pretty cool, but Barracks is a tower that's often overshadowed by Armored Factory, so that sucks. 9th tier, 1250 gold. Money's always good. 10th tier, 5 Golden Z power-ups. Honestly, this is really good. The game is giving you one of the best power-ups for free. Again, 11th tier, Bench Rest. Reminds me of TDX's Recliners emote. Honestly, really awesome. 12th tier, 9 Striker Rush power-ups. Useless. 13th tier, the Endbringer skin for Slammer. Now, this skin is amazing. Probably the best skin for a melee tower ever. 14th tier, Tower Battles Armor Factory. The Patriotic Armor Factory looks cooler in my opinion, but this is also pretty cool. 15th tier, the Golden Scout for Golden Ranger. Awesome throwback to Tower Battles. One of the better skins in the past too. 16th tier, absolutely goated skin, the Rock Band EDJ. The song is a banger, the model's a banger. It's perfect. 17th tier, the Commander. Pretty good tower. Don't miss out on this because it's honestly pretty good. He can summon strikers, do airstrikes, and can even call to arms. 18th tier, a skin for Commander, GDA Commander. A cool alternative, but I think the original Commander is better. 19th tier, a skin for Zed, GDA Zed. The GDA Commander was worse, but this skin is a lot better than the original Zed. It genuinely looks better. 20th tier, substitute skin for Commander. Commander but female? Original is still better. 21st tier, Lifeguard Commander. Basically the Lifeguard skin from TDS. It's good looking, but again, the original is just unbeatable with how classic it is. 22nd tier, probably one of the only reasons you would play this event. The Zed from the actual Tower Battles is here, and it's a pretty good tower too. 23rd tier, and the last tier, 50,000 XP. Wow, so worth it. I dig it. I don't. And that was Tower Battles mode / event. This event was one of the best TDX updates that ever happened, and I'm glad I was here to overanalyze it. But hey, I haven't forgotten about all of the other modes, so if you want to see more of this, be sure to...
See you in Nightmare.
And also be sure to...
Also,
Until then, I'll see you fellas next time.